I'm going to show you 3 Diastasis Recti exercises that are safe for your core. So to begin with, if you have like a small squishy ball, I want you to start with that, or you could go grab a towel and kind of roll it up. We'll do a little breath work into our back and our sides so that we can release tightness from our low back so that you can start to feel like more of a wrapping to help draw those abdominals back together. So I'm going to start with the ball like on my lower ribs towards my lower back. And what I want you to do is you're going to prop yourself up a little bit so you're kind of leaning back into the ball. And I want you to inhale, breathing deep down into that ball or into that towel. As you exhale, I want you to visualize zipping up lightly from pelvic floor, lower belly, and just kind of wrapping a little bit, okay? And then we're going to inhale and open back up, breathing back into that ball or towel. Exhale, zip up, and visualize we're kind of like wrapping those ribs a little bit forward so that we can kind of open up any tension that's happening in the lower back and in those obliques. Exhale, lightly zip up and wrap with that ball. Let's do 2 more here. Inhale and open, and exhale. And last one. And again, this movement is pretty small. It's just really to start waking up that kind of upper lower back, the lower middle back, that area where we can be really restrictive, and that can be part of the diastasis. Okay, so it's the same thing on the other side. I want you to place that ball about in the same spot. So you're kind of rolling back. And then as you exhale, visualize zipping up lightly, pelvic floor, lower belly, and slightly wrapping around those ribs. And then inhale and open back out. And exhale, zip up and wrap the ribs. And inhale. Good. And if you're laying against a towel, your movement may need to be really small, but that's okay. You're still getting the benefit of breathing into that spot in your body. And then exhale, zip and wrap. And again, if you don't feel that zipping and you don't really feel that wrapping, that's okay. I want you to start to visualize it. Last one, zipping up and wrapping. And then I want you to use your arms, keep your core lightly engaged, and bring your body up. Okay, so we'll get rid of that. Then from here, we're gonna go onto our back. But in order to do that very safely, what I want you to do is just lightly lengthen up. So we have that light pelvic floor, lower abdomen connection, or whatever you can activate today is perfectly fine. I'm gonna have you roll to your side and then onto your back. That's a much safer way when we're working to heal diastasis recti and moving through these diastasis recti exercises instead of rolling back. I want you to avoid rolling back and lift and going straight up because that's putting a lot of pressure on your abdominals. Okay, so we're gonna move into some hip rolls here. And I want your hips to be relaxed, about hip width apart, shoulder width apart maybe. Arms at your side. We're gonna exhale and lightly connect pelvic floor, lower belly. Allow your pelvis to tilt. And then you're going to slowly roll up 1 vertebrae at a time, pushing your feet into your mat, activating your glutes and hammies, and watch that you don't go too high. These are so effective for starting to bring those abdominals back together to start to heal diastasis recti, kind of pulling up, getting some opposition through that pelvic floor. And on these, I really want you to start to feel or visualize like a wrapping around the ribs. So we're going from our mid-back around our ribs without forcefully activating anything. And then you're gonna exhale and just soften and go down part way, and then lift with your glutes and hamstrings. Think about zipping up through the core. And then exhale, I want you to soften. Just let your breath help soften those ribs. Inhale, lifting up, glutes and hammies. Exhale, soften those ribs as you lower down part way. Inhale and going up. Good, and if at any time you need to release, you can roll all the way down and come back up. The key on these though is we want to articulate your spine, so you're peeling down 1 vertebrae at a time and then back up glutes and hammies, because that's going to really start to turn on the deep layers of our core and start to think wrapping those abs together to start to heal the diastasis. So on this one, I want you to exhale and slowly roll down all the way. Good, we'll do a couple more. So you should, hopefully, eventually you'll start to feel a little bit of light connection through your abdominal wall. Then it's exhale, little pelvic tilt here. Slowly rolling up 1 vertebrae at a time. Avoid overextending those hips, and then exhale and roll all the way down nice and slow. Notice how slow I'm going. These are not bridging. These are just nice and slow hip rolls here. Good, and exhale. Good, when it comes to Diastasis Recti exercises, it's really important that we move slowly, we work to connect with our breath, and we're really waking up all these deep layers of our core, okay? So for this next one, we're gonna keep our range really small again, and I want you to try to visualize like those abdominals coming together, that light zipping up pelvic floor, lower belly, and feeling just a little bit of connection through your abdominals. And if you don't today, that's okay. We're gonna let those legs just slightly start to fall to the left. Good, and you can put your hands on your belly. I find that can be very helpful. And I want you to exhale and lightly drop pelvic floor, deep core, to think about trying to find this diagonal from hip bone to rib cage, opposite hip to ribs. So inhale, let the legs fall lightly to the right side. Exhale, activate your core with your breath, and then move your legs. Inhale, let your legs fall to the side, and exhale, and then the legs move. So inhale, going over to the side. Your breath is what's helping to activate that deep core, the lower abdomen, and then pulling those legs up. Let's do one more each side. And good, last one here. Good, great job on those. Okay, so now that the core is waking up a little bit, I want you to then roll to your side to use your arms to help you to come up. So those are 3 wonderful diastasis recti exercises that I do recommend you do on a daily basis, because it's that consistency, that visualization, that reconnecting with our body, with our deep core, that really can help you to heal diastasis, improve your diastasis recti separation, and really start to connect more with your body. And for more, I'm gonna highly recommend that you start to learn more about your pelvic floor, how to connect with your pelvic floor. So you can check that video out. We'll post the link above for more, because diastasis recti is not just about the rectus abdominals, those 6-pack muscles, right? We have to really go deeper in our body. And I want you to start to visualize, when it comes to diastasis recti, that we're working internally outward. And it's like drawing and knitting those abdominals back together. We have to address so much more than just the rectus abdominals. We have to look at the body as a whole, and the pelvic floor is a piece of that. For more, you can check out my website at ericazeal.com.